Well, hi everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning. It is October 9th. Looking at things this morning, we've got dense fog over parts of western Nebraska, the Panhandle, eastern Colorado, southwest Nebraska. It's starting to expand. It's even moving closer to North Platte and McCook now, and so we're going to have to keep an eye and see if maybe a couple more counties get added to this as it expands eastward. We've got a lot of low clouds here over the west this morning. Meanwhile, we cleared up skies in central Nebraska early this morning, and the clouds shifted east here, so we're even seeing some partial clearing to the east here. So really, it's all about these low clouds this morning, and again, some of that fog right in here, which will gradually burn off. But it may take some time for the sun to come out. Once it does, a lot more sun later today out west. Meanwhile, still partly cloudy skies farther to the east. The strongest winds today are going to be right in here. Winds could gust up to 25 miles per hour. I do not think the winds will be nearly as strong right here. We've got a kind of a surface trough, coldish front right here basically. It'll shift our winds, brings just slightly cooler temperatures to these areas here compared to farther southeast. And you'll see that cooler air tomorrow for some, as you'll see on the temperature maps in just a bit here. Tonight, well, it's going to be a pretty quiet night. Look for maybe some patchy areas of light rain over eastern Nebraska, maybe even a little lightning and thunder, better chances farther to the east. Otherwise, maybe some low clouds and fog trying to develop. Otherwise, tomorrow looks like a pretty nice day. I think Friday's going to be spectacular. Warm day ahead of us here, mostly sunny skies. Some upper clouds coming in from the west later in the day. Those clouds will thicken up Friday night to Saturday morning. Perhaps even a little rain or shower thunderstorm activity in there. Right now, the best chances look like they're going to kind of move this way here. But the farther southeast you go, the lower the chances get. So we have a very, very small chance in the Tri-Cities, not really a chance farther east. Some of these clouds are going to stick around into your Saturday, though, but despite that, it's still going to be warm and on the windy side on Saturday. Highs today, mid to upper 70s and lower 80s, might even sneak in mid 80s this afternoon around Smith Center. Looking a little closer at some of the different communities. Again, you can see 76 later today in Taylor. Again, some fog this morning, Hyannis, Arthur here. We'll top out in the low or mid to upper 70s later today here, looking for that fog. No rain, just fog right in here this morning, and then we'll see more clearing later today. Sunshine to start things off here, partly cloudy here, clearing skies, but then more clouds, a few more clouds later in the day. Upper 70s, lower 80s for highs, maybe mid 70s around Pawnee City, and northeastern areas, upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. A few early clouds in here, but more sun as the day goes on. So there's a look at the temperatures around the area for today. Tonight, 40s and 50s for lows, warmer to the southeast, cooler to the northwest. And then looking ahead to your Friday, again, that slightly cooler air up north, low to mid 70s there, mid to upper 70s and lower 80s as you go farther south. Friday night's a mild night in the 50s to near 60 degrees for overnight lows into your Saturday morning. And then Saturday itself here. Sorry, to switch around a couple graphics real quick here. Saturday itself, anything from the low 70s northeast to the mid 80s in the south and southwest. So we're going to be on the warm side in most locations on Saturday. It's also going to be fairly windy out there. And then as our travels take you east here, you might be interested in how the weather looks for the Nebraska road game as they go to College Park, Maryland to take on the Terrapins. Should be a good matchup there at 2:30 Central Time kickoff, 3:30 in the Washington, D.C. area there. And temperatures will be in the 60s for the game, but I think the more interesting thing could be a few scattered showers around. Now, the better chance of rain actually comes Saturday night, Saturday evening in College Park, Maryland, but a little bit of early shower activity before the main event comes into play. So we have a lot to watch for rain. No wind this week, unlike last week's game. No wind to really affect things too much. The wind's 5 to 10 miles per hour. But again, looking at that rain chance there in College Park, Maryland for the afternoon and early evening hours. Saturday night into Sunday morning, back into our area here, a very mild, warm night. This is going to be way above average. This is the warmest night most of us will see in the 50s and 60s. Saturday or Sunday still warm, up into the 80s, some 70s to the west. You can see the cold front though that's approaching. That's going to cool us back down into early next week on Monday. Looking long range here again. Warm conditions the next several days to come. Wind over the weekend. Small chance of rain early Saturday. Small chance of rain on Sunday. Cooling down Monday, and then even cooler yet Tuesday with what looks to be a pretty solid chance of some scattered showers on Tuesday. Some of those might try to linger on Wednesday, although I think we get more sun later in the day Wednesday to warm things up into the 70s. That looks like a brief warm-up, though. It looks like another cool down and potentially more moisture late next week. into the following weekend. So we could be back down into the 60s once again in that long-term part of the forecast there at the end of that 10-day forecast. North Platte. You're going to be warm the next several days to come. Watching that fog this morning. More sun this afternoon. Nice day tomorrow. Warmer and a little windier over the weekend. Small chance of rain both early and late in the day on Saturday, but most of the time will probably be spent dry. Cooling down on Columbus Day Monday. Cooler yet Tuesday with that chance of rain. Small chance of rain Wednesday as temperatures try to come back up temporarily on Wednesday, but it doesn't look to last long as we'll cool right back down late next week into the following weekend. Now, the Climate Prediction Center, as we look towards the middle, basically the 16th through the 22nd of October, still has us in that above average range. But keep in mind, by the 22nd of October, our average high is down around 64, 63, 64, 65, right in there. So you get up to 67 or 68, that's above average. So above average conditions as the big ridge remains over the middle of the U.S. It's going to be cooler over the eastern U.S. and also back to the west here. So basically your jet stream is going to look somewhat like that. So there's a look at that. And then precipitation-wise, they do have moisture chances. We are going to have to watch those long-range chances. I'm especially watching the end of next week into the weekend, as some models have potential for moisture, others do not. We'll see how things play out as we get down the road. With that, I am all out of time, so I have to say goodbye to you guys for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I will see you all again on Friday morning to wrap up the work week and say goodbye for a few days. Talk to you all later. Bye.